Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and it's never a dull moment in crypto. There's a lot to go over, so here we go. The first thing I wanted to show you is, now look, these Sunshine Act notice meetings happen every month, is my understanding, at the SEC, so it's not unusual that they're having a Sunshine meeting, but we've been talking about these over the course of the last couple of years, in that my understanding, I think, that these are the meetings where they vote to, like if they were voting to settle the Ripple case. I think these are the meetings where they vote to do those things and that kind of thing. And so I think, okay, but anyway, so what they're saying here is if you're one of those people like me that think this case is over and it's all formalities at this point, I don't know how, but that's just kind of what my gut tells me. And my gut's 99.9% right, or at least 99.9% of the time. So I don't know, but I'm assuming that what they're getting at here is that if there was going to be a settlement, for instance, that there would have to be a vote at that meeting. I think that's what they're saying. But again, these meetings have happened, I think, every month since the case started, and there's been a lot of that kind of talk. So who knows? All right, eGrag Crypto, Twilight Zone. This is the only reason I'm showing you this, is because I think he just made up another term, the Twilight Zone. $5.50 to $6.40. And then he's going on, nearing the Twilight Zone with a W formation. Well, I think that the Binance lawsuit that the SEC just dropped may have turned the Twilight Zone on its ears. Because here it is. Crypto crumbles as SEC sues Binance. My understanding is that this is Binance, pretty much every organization affiliated with Binance. So CZ, Binance US, and all of his related companies, pretty much all of them, because this is the notice from Binance today. They filed civil claims against Binance US. So it's like all encompassing. Now, there's several interesting things that have come out of this. The first one is, this is from Meta Lawman. Breaking, SEC sues Binance. Headline, SEC complaint identifies 10 tokens. This is the first time, I think, for some of these at least. It identifies 10 tokens as unregistered securities. The target list includes some of the biggest names in crypto: Solana, Cardano, Matic, File, Atom, Sand, Mana, Algo, AXS, and Cody. Interestingly, no XRP and XLM on the list? That's what I found interesting. I also found this interesting. Jeremy Hogan made me laugh today. I bought Algo because Chair Gensler praised it and its founder back in 2019, and now the SEC is alleging Algo is an unlawful security. Maybe I should just stick to Bitcoin and XRP.
Sylvia McCally's Algorand, who's a Turing Award winner at MIT that I work with. Sylvia's got a great technology that has the performance. You could create Uber on top of it. I
wonder if Silvio is calling up Gary and saying, "You jerk, I thought we were friends." Ashley Prosper has a good angle. SEC sues Binance. What are the chances it continues its battle with Ripple at the same time? Slim to none, in my opinion. So Binance, I mean, how many fights do you want to pick? It want big fights. It's like, if you're going to pick a fight with the biggest guy in the yard, you're not going to at the same time go pick another one with the next biggest guy in the yard, or maybe a bigger guy. Then this guy said 24 Hours Crypto says this Ripple case is done. In my opinion, the SEC wouldn't take in on Binance and Ripple at the same time. What do you think? This looks like it's been, there's a whole number, I've gone over some of them. These guys they're making sense. Ashley Prosper and this guy's making sense to me. There's a lot of reasons I think this thing's over, and what they're saying here makes a lot of sense to add to those things. Then Craig DeWitt, who used to be with Ripple, he says eyes on Coinbase right now. Do they pull all those alleged securities like they did with XRP? The second XRP was declared to be a security by the SEC. Coinbase delisted it just like that. Are they going to delist all of those? They should. I mean, if there's a level playing field and everybody's being treated the same, wouldn't you treat those? I mean, I know that the Coinbase legal counsel's trying to play nice and he got on with John Deaton and all, but come on now. If you're going to treat the XRP holders that way, shouldn't you, I mean, you've got it pretty clear, you've been told clearly what the deal is. Then this is what investor protection looks like in the United States. Blockchain Daily. Data following the SEC's lawsuit against Binance. Over 215 million of longs have been liquidated in the last hour. The digital asset investor bought the dip, by the way. I actually bought some XLM. That's what I did. Now, Rob Cunningham had an interesting tweet today because this is what the XRP army did during this whole ETHgate thing. Listen to this.
No, they don't care about the human spirit,
Exactly.
Gerald.
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
But where can we live? Where else can we live? Where should we go?
Again, that's why I fight for freedom, because, as I say, I'm only me because I'm a Napolitano. I'm one of the
Are you
Bronx.
optimistic that change can
It's
happen?
only if, again, it does not take a majority to prevail, but
That's
rather
right.
an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting brushfires of freedom in the minds of men. And the people that are
That's
listening
kinda what
to
I
this
felt like we did
today are that irate, tireless minority.
An irate, tireless minority. Now, if you this clip right here is for you. If you've been following ETHgate, if we had not uncovered ETHgate and exposed all this, these people wouldn't even be talking about regulations right now. But because we did, they are. And listen to what they say.
Yeah, I would just add to that. It's very important the community feel invested in this. When mistakes have happened in the past, I think it's because there is a sense that people are going and doing these shadowy behind the scenes meetings in DC and not kind of having an honest discussion about where the industry should go in public. For those of you that are not vested in this, I know that this is true for me. I know it's true for Miller, for Chris, and for CCI. I think we really value your involvement in the broader community. And if we can help, unpack this and explain everything, that's to the benefit of everybody else. So, please don't be shy. And I'm going to offer up services, maybe I shouldn't, in reaching out to the various trade associations, to me, to other folks doing policy, because we're here to help.
I do think it's notable that the first step of this draft bill was to publish it and have it circulated widely for public comment and for folks within the industry and outside of the industry to actually react to it, which stands in stark contrast to what we saw last fall, where a draft of the bill was being very tightly guarded and then released into the wild to a good deal of confusion amongst different parties in the industry that just looked at, in some cases, outdated text and really just thought this was going to be an apocalyptic, piece of legislation that dropped. Instead, we're kind of working in reverse order, and it's all cards on the table when it comes to house financial services and house agriculture. So,
I think the secret meetings are over, folks, but they wouldn't have been over if we had not fought so hard. Uphold says, what's going on with XRP today? 5.14 million tweets. And then there's this. This is a great video about Fed Now. Listen to this.
On to our next topic, and this is really ties into some of the questions that have come our way. Basically, Stephen, I'll say right off the bat, this is for you. Can we discuss timeline requirements, onboarding process to launch FedNow service?
Yeah, so we have an active pilot program with 120 organizations to basically help us build out the FedNow system. That's been active for a couple years. And we hope, and we are actively recruiting what we're calling early adopters right now. And what does that mean? We're hoping we can get a good couple hundred customers that are in the position to both real-time post and connect So when we turn on our testing system, which is late this year or first quarter of 23, they will be able to test our system. So when we flip the switch, and let's assume it is middle of 23, we will have several hundred customers on the system moving transactions. Okay. We do not have a formal schedule yet, but those are the rough time frames of when we hope FedNow will be live. And go back a slide, Mihail. There's also choice as far as how you want to participate in FedNow, receive only, do both send and receive.
All right, pretty interesting stuff. And then David Schwartz sent out a mysterious tweet today. If people knew what we did, they'd be really mad about it. Some unstable people might even possibly do something violent, maybe. Seems like a very bad reason for the government to insist on keeping something secret. What in the world is he talking about? I guessed Satoshi, and then this guy here guesses Hinman. Hinman, I think, was the most common answer here. Seems like Occam's razor. That's basically says what's most likely to be the case usually is, kind of thing. Then Eleanor Terrett scooped tomorrow's House Agriculture Committee, I think, is a hearing entitled The Future of Digital Assets, Providing Clarity for Digital Assets. Spot markets will consist of two panels back to back. They're going to have the chairman of the CFTC. They're going to have Dan Gallagher, who's compliance officer at Robinhood. Then they're going to have Paul Graywall, the chief legal officer of Coinbase. They're going to have the chief executive officer of FIA Connect. Then Chris Giancarlo will be there. Then Dan Berkowitz, that's the same guy that had to leave the SEC because he met with Sam Bankman-Fried and had dinners with him. Then we had this from ProCoin News, who is the official crypto news of the digital asset investor hunting and fishing club. The end of the movie about to play out. #RedFile. 1, create widespread panic and uncertainty in the crypto market just before the end of the case. 2, give XRP clarity. 3, watch XRP swallow the entire market. Man, wouldn't that be a great plan? I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family.